This video is about wheels and tyres for the crafter van, and it's not as straightforward as you expect. There's lots of videos on YouTube and lots of information on the internet about different wheels and tyres for your van, but finding the right ones of the right load capacity and ones that don't make too much of a noise and not going to catch the chassis and not having to change the suspension and put lift kits on, and getting a tyre that's going to be strong enough to cope with the weight and also look good. So this video is all about what we went through and some of the things we've learned about fitting tyres and wheels to our mid-wheel based high roof crafter van, and obviously it'll be the same for a Sprinter.
These are the wheels that my van come with, and there's nothing wrong with them, the right capacity and everything. I just didn't like the look of them.
So some information we found out about tyres that I found really useful, and I didn't really know all this as well, is that tyres are load rated, so you need to have the right capacity of tyre for your vehicle. Wheels are load rated, you need to have the right capacity of those for your vehicle, or over capacity. And the way they work out the capacity of your vehicle is on your specification on your vehicle, probably a plate underneath the bonnet. It'll tell you the maximum weight of your vehicle, and you simply divide that by 4, and the capacity of the wheel needs to be more than that of the quarter of the overall capacity of the van weight. Likewise with the tyres, same principle. Other things we found out as well is there's a noise rating on tyres, so they all come now with a sticker on them, or you can look on the manufacturer's specification, it tells you how noisy they're going to be. The wall size and the strength of the wall as well, which is quite critical, because if you have a soft wall on your tyre, particularly on a campervan or an heavier vehicle, when you go around a corner the van can wobble slightly because of the movement in the tyre wall. Tyre pressures are another interesting one. The tyre pressure of a vehicle, most vehicles now have some sort of specification on the vehicle of how much tyre pressure you need, back and front, and it may vary. Or the other way to do it, specific to a tyre, is if you take your vehicle to a vehicle weighing centre and weigh each axle, the weight of that axle you use as a calculation against the specification of the tyre, and the tyre will either come with some information, or you can go onto the manufacturer's website and it'll tell you how much tyre pressure for that weight, for that vehicle, for that tyre. Are you ready? Tyres also come with a date stamped on them when they was manufactured, so you have an understanding of how old the tyre is. This come to light because a friend of mine's restoring an E-Type Jag, absolute beautiful car, and he put some tyres on, and when he discovered that the tyres were starting to crack, he found out that the age of the tyres was about 20 years old. They've been left on a shelf, and rubber being a natural substance decays, so you need to check the age of a tyre as well. So if you're buying a tyre and it's cheap, ask the question why. Is it a poor manufacturer? Is it a known manufacturer? Is it the right specification for your vehicle? But also, how old is it? Most vans, when they're new, come with steel wheels, and they come with steel wheels because they're very strong and the load rating is very strong. So again, you need to make sure if you're buying alloy wheels that they are the right load rating for your vehicle, and also that the right studs or bolts, the depth of thread on the bolts need to be specific to the wheels on your vehicle and have the right torque settings. So if you buy a set of wheels and tyres new, you should actually get a set of bolts or nuts that are specific to that wheel, to your vehicle, and you should get some form of torque setting to make sure the tension of the nut against the wheel is correct. Go on, Lou. Now my vehicle, when I bought it, my campervan, had bigger wheels on than standard. Now the implications of having bigger wheels on your vehicle is it changes the speed, and it also changes the reference of the speeder on your vehicle. So my vehicle, with having bigger wheels on, actually read 5 miles an hour slower than I was actually travelling due to having different size wheels on. I took my crafter to the local VW centre and I told them about the speedo variations, and they was really helpful, and they spent some time and plugged it into the computer and managed to recalibrate the van to the size of the wheels, so my speedo is now spot on. And I've tested it against 2 GPSs and a speedo tester on my phone, and it's absolutely bang on now. So that's something worth knowing, and I didn't really know you could actually do that. These modern vehicles are obviously all computerized, and basically you just plugged it in and said what size wheels it had on it, and it automatically recalibrated the speedo. Go get breakfast then, Lou. Shall we go and get breakfast, fella? Is it breakfast time?
So, those that have seen my last video, they will see that I had bought and had fitted some chunky, knobbly, awesome looking off-road tyres. They were 95% off-road and 5% on-road. I was expecting them to be noisy and a little bit bumpy, but there are a few things that I weren't expecting about them. So it's a bit of a story. So I bought the tyres. They arrived. I put them in the back of the van, and they looked awesome, and I was so excited. I thought, oh, it's going to look so cool when they're on. And they did. So I went and paid a friend of mine to fit them for me. On the way home, I was expecting the noise, I was expecting the bumpiness, but there was something quite not right about it. It was kind of, at the time I thought, is this how it's meant to be? Or was there something wrong? So upset, so frustrated. I emailed the company and I said, look, your customer service has been great. You're replying quickly, you tried to sort me out with a replacement tyre. The customer service has been good, but these tyres have in no way delivered what anybody would expect of them. They have been nothing but hassle and a money drain. I emailed the company and I said, I'll keep it polite. Let me read it to you. Good morning. I'm extremely frustrated this morning when I checked my tyres after a 20-minute drive to discover that my new tyre, the replacement tyre which you sent me, has already shown a couple of faults. Please see pictures. Send them a few pictures. And the reason that it was extra bumpy is because of this. I sent a photograph of the tyres on my van to the people that sold me the tyres. So they said to me, you fitted the tyres the wrong way around. Maybe that's why it's getting all bumpy and making all them noises. And I said, that's not really possible. So I sent them a little video of the tyres so they could see where they are on the van, and I showed them the directional arrows that are stamped into the sidewall of the tyre. So they were fitted correctly according to the directional arrows, which my mechanic, he fitted them according to those arrows. It turns out that wherever these tyres come from, there's been an error in a certain amount of tyres where the arrows have been printed the wrong way.
Luke eventually got his money back and went for the BF Goodriches as we fitted on our van. These wheels are slightly bigger, about 11mm bigger than the wheels I already had on, but they don't touch the chassis, and there's no alterations to be made to the vehicle to fit them. The wheels we went for a Black Rhino York design in gunmetal grey. The wheels are 17-inch with an 8-inch width. Here's one of the old wheels I've taken off. Still plenty of tread and everything on them. But these are also load rated. These are load rated at 980 kilograms, so just under a metric ton. So these are perfectly safe to be on my van. Alongside having off-road tyres, I also have a platform on my roof made out of waffle boards. And these are waffle boards. They're used a lot in Land Rover activities. And these are fiberglass boards. So if you get stuck in mud or sand, you put these under your wheels and it gives you extra traction and a platform. And I've got about 6 of these on the roof of my van as a platform. They're all tie wrapped on, but I can simply cut the tie wraps, put them under my wheels, and it gives you a stable platform. So this set up with my new tyres, hopefully we shouldn't get stuck. Famous last words. Well, we've done a few trips in the camper van now since we had the wheels and tyres fitted, and I'm pleased to report we're really happy with them. There's no catching on the chassis, there's no rubbing anywhere. The sound of them's fine. In fact, they could be slightly quieter than the last ones we had fitted, or probably just a different tone. So I'll put in the link below the specification of the wheels, the tyre sizes and all the other bits of information, so you can have a look. And if there's anything else you need to know, just drop me a comment and I'll do my best to answer. Big thank to go out to Luke's Van Life for letting me use his videos as part of this. It's well worth going across there and checking out the experience he had with buying these really good looking tyres off the internet. I must admit they did look well, but after the saga he went through, he ended up with the same tyres that I have. If you Google or go onto YouTube about Goodrich, BF Goodrich K2s, there's lots of endless videos on there with all the specifications and tests after so many thousand miles, etc, etc. One other thing, if you would like to have a look around the van, or you'd like to meet up and see Louis, or just meet up with other van lifers, part-time and full-time, there's a meetup taking place in August, and it's at the site where the Betty Boondockers had their last one, up in North Yorkshire. I'll put a link below to their channel which is talking about the event, and it tells you how much it is and the location and everything else. And you have to email them to tell them if you're actually going to attend, so they can manage the numbers. But it's a great opportunity to meet like-minded people, have a chat around a fire with a beer, look around people's vans, and as I say, if you want to meet Louis will be there.